It is 7 o'clock, and I'm going to call this meeting to order. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, council members, city officials. Welcome to the March 9, 2026 regular city council meeting. We are meeting at 26 South Paint Street, Chiillicothe, Ohio, and I would ask the clerk to call the roll.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. Bennett.
Present.
Payne. McQuirt.
Here.
Barnes.
Here.
McKeever.
Here.
Dement.
Here.
Preston.
Here.
Dunn.
Here.
Creed.
Here.
Councilman Member Payne informed me that she would not be in attendance this evening. Is there a motion to excuse her from tonight's meeting? Motion by Ms. Bennett, second by Mr. Dement, and the clerk will call the roll.
Bennett.
Yes.
McQuirt.
Yes.
Barnes.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Dement.
Yes.
Preston.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
Ms. Payne is excused. I would ask Ms. Bennett to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The minutes from the February 23, 2026 meeting have been distributed. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the minutes? Motion by Ms. Dunn, second by Mr. McQuirt, and the clerk will call the roll.
Bennett.
Yes.
McQuirt. Barnes.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Dement.
Yes.
Preston.
Yes.
Dunn. Creed.
Yes. The minutes are approved. Now we'll move to reports of committees. Development Committee, Mr. Dement.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. Development has nothing on tonight's agenda and nothing to report. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Engineering Committee, Ms. Dunn.
We have nothing on the agenda and nothing to report this evening.
Thank you. Finance and Technology Committee, Mr. Creed.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. We have nothing to report this evening.
Thank you. Human Resources Committee, Ms. Payne. She is not here, but as I understand it, Mr. Dement has something to report on her behalf.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. The Human Resources Committee met on Monday, March 2nd to discuss Assignment 26006, the appropriations of funds in the amount of approximately $57,000 for the establishment of a new standardized timekeeping system for the city of Chiillicothe. All three members voted to pass for full council review. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Parks and Rec Committee, Mr. Barnes.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. I have nothing new to report.
Thank you. Safety Service Committee, Ms. Preston.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. We have nothing to report at this time.
Utilities Committee, Mr. McKeever.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. Utilities has nothing to report.
Thank you. City Services Committee, Mr. McQuirt.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. This evening we had two meetings for issue 26-010, appropriation of funds for repair administration building HVAC system in the amount of $35,000, which all three committee members approved to go to full council review. And then 26-009, update of transit procurement policy, in which all three committee members approved for it to go forward with council review. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Community Affairs Committee, Ms. Bennett.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. We have just gotten some emails, and I know that Greg McKeever has went to some of the meetings about the homeless things. I would like for Kennedy, if she would like to post the stand down event. It's going to be this Wednesday, tomorrow at Salvation Army, 171 East 4th Street from 10 to 2. The stand down is in homeless event, and it's going to have all the resources, food, support, clothing. Actually, Kennedy, I don't even know if you'd have time to post it, maybe.
Put it up tonight.
Okay, that'd be fantastic. Also that they, Greg just was telling or reported that the homeless task force that they've been trying to get in place, we were hoping to be in place by February. They're still working on that. So, Greg, did you have anything else you wanted to report from that meeting?
No, you pretty much covered it all. Thank you.
That's the end of our report.
Thank you. I will now move to reports of officials. Mayor Feeney.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. A few items to touch on tonight. The first of which I'm going to bring to your attention. I believe information was emailed out to council, but just to catch everybody up, we had a significant fire, complete loss at a flood wall pump station in the park. The revised code 735.051 allows city council to waive our traditional formal bid process in state of an emergency. We reached out to the law director's office. They verified our ability to do this. If the bid is put out by the safety service director, if the quotes are solicited by the safety service director and 2/3 of all elected members of council vote to pass that. The big question here, I think in my mind, there's a couple. One is insurance is footing this bill, but we will come to council asking for an appropriation once we have a good number on quotes. I think we're going to be in the ballpark of $450,000 to $500,000. And so there will be an appropriation that follows, but what we're asking for today is a motion from council and an approval of waiving that requirement because of this emergency. What is it going to do for us? It's going to speed up the process 60 to 90 days. And knowing what we know about supply chains and lead time and electric components and that sort of thing, that could be really significant. We are in a rainy season now, and we're paying for a temporary pump. But we really want this to be back and operational by fall when it gets really rainy again, and not have this be something that gets pushed out into next year. And so we've used this before. It's a pretty rare occurrence, but in this situation, we will still get multiple quotes. We just won't go through the formal bid process. So I'm happy to try to attempt to answer any questions on that. But that's the motion that I'm requesting from council tonight. We verified as well that it did not need an ordinance or resolution, just a motion and a vote from council tonight. And then beyond that, the two things I wanted to touch on are really one just really big, messy thing, and that is traffic and construction. Clint Boggs reported last meeting, I think mostly around the ODOT construction, which has been pushed back about a week, or 2 weeks now to the 22nd is when it'll start. I think you've seen the diagrams. We're going to continue to try and push out that information. But it's just going to be a big headache for a long time. And, not being able to go southbound on portions of Bridge Street, having to make, an extra 15, 20 minutes to be prepared to loop around. The best advice I can give you is to go to our Facebook page or ODOT's Facebook page or website to look for the diagrams and sort of adjust your personal routes accordingly, depending on what side of town you're coming from, that sort of thing. You could kind of see how things got better when they paused construction during the holidays and how we had lanes open again. So I would just encourage our residents to be optimistic, and I thank them in advance for their patience, because it will be a tough time for the next through fall, really. And then the second item of construction is right here in town. And it will start a week from today on the 16th, and that is the construction of the traffic circle roundabout at the intersection of Yoctangi and Mill. This is the only one that's coming out of the Appalachian Community Grant Project. And just a quick rundown. I know there were some questions bandied about why we're doing this and how long it'll take and that sort of thing. So from our just going 30,000 feet roundabouts, just thinking about why we recommended them, why the school district supported them in this case. A traditional intersection has 32 conflict points. Roundabout has 8. I think that, learning about roundabouts, I think that the school district support in particular sort of goes to the safety aspects. We've all seen some of the bad accidents that have happened, one here pretty recently at that intersection. But at the end of the day, roundabouts dramatically reduce speed. They shorten crossings. The conflict points that they reduce, like I mentioned, eliminate some dangerous turns and improve visibility. So those are sort of the basics of roundabouts. I think we are in a rural part of the state that has more, on highways than perhaps in town. And I know lots of people say they don't like roundabouts. I don't know a lot of people that wake up in the morning and say, I love red lights or I love stop signs. Inanimate objects in general, or especially when it comes to traffic, are generally disliked. But we're confident that this will be a very significant safety measure for that area. One of the things, the easiest way I can explain it to anybody is that for vehicular traffic, you eliminate the possibility of a T-bone, which is, high risk of high injury, high risk of death, and that risk just goes away. You cannot fly through a roundabout, right? So that the speed goes down and the trajectory of accidents. And then for pedestrians, what a lot of folks might not think about is that it reduces the intersection from being essentially students needing to look, or pedestrians in general, needing to look 2 ways to cross something, basically to one, and that can be a significant safety improvement as well. The last thing that I'll say to sort of add on to this is a reminder that several years ago we were awarded a Safe Routes to School grant from ODOT for this corridor, something that's been sort of in the wings for a while. Part of the impetus for it was when the school district had planned on building a new facility north of the gym parking lot. That was a part of a conversation a ways back. Our plan, we still plan to go forward with that project, and that project will also enhance the other intersections that are not Yoctangi and Mill, but in this corridor. So sometimes it can be hard to realize that these are part of bigger plans. But the project starts next Monday. Southbound traffic on Yoctangi will be closed starting Monday. We've coordinated with the school district, their buses, they know the travel cycle. You will still be able to go northbound on Yoctangi to get up to the schools. One of the reasons we made it just one way north had a lot to do with northbound safety traffic, both police and fire needing to go north, especially driving towards Adena, that type of thing. And so that starts next week, and then it will remain that way through the end of the school year. At the end of the school year, the entire intersection will be closed. So I'm going to leave town for about 3 months until this project's over. You guys might just want to avoid the intersection, but between that and just getting familiar with navigating roads in town, take a minute. So again, diagrams on Facebook and our website, and of course, just encouraging your patience in advance. I think that's probably enough for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I received a message from the auditor's office. They will not have anyone in attendance tonight, but we turn to the law director, Mr. Anastasi.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. The Law Director's Office continues, so the latest, to educate and familiarize ourselves with the implementation of oral fluid testing as part of OVI enforcement. So this is modern technology being utilized by law enforcement agencies across the state as an additional tool to detect impaired drivers and enhance roadway safety. So our office is working closely with the Ohio State Highway Patrol and other partners to understand the procedures, training, and evidentiary standards associated with this testing method. The goal is to ensure that this technology is used effectively and appropriately to help protect our community, help protect safety on the roads. And I know the law director and I are going to a training which will involve more in depth on that. I've already been to a meeting with people at OSHP as well as touring the, I believe it's, not the evidence room, but the where they do the analysis of these sorts of things, which I'm kind of looking forward to. So that's what we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to audience participation. Any person wishing to address the council must first provide his or her name and address. Comments shall be limited to 5 minutes, and I'll give you a warning when there is 1 minute remaining. Push there's a button there there you are.
Hi, my name's Tammy Simpkins. My address is 881 West Fairview Street, Chiillicothe. I'm here to talk about the roundabout. Apparently, you guys have already made your decision and that you're going to not change it. I was hoping that you would reconsider and think about how much chaos that's going to cause during the school year, But I would like, since it sounds to me like you're not going to change your mind, because I had asked that Gunner put something forward to at least postpone this. A lot of people are really concerned with all the traffic and especially with the pedestrians. I'd like to know, what are the plans for the pedestrians during construction and then after construction? Where can I find that information? What is that plan?
I would like to say one thing, since I did talk with you about it, and I also talked with the mayor's office about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably during the construction and the chaos you're concerned about is a worthy concern. And I have asked them to see what they can do about making sure there is extra security around to make sure that the children are safe during that process.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that, they have comments as well, but I wanted, I feel certain that they will do everything to maintain a safe environment for the children who might be in that construction area that are used to walking there. So I understand your concerns.
But is there, in the plans, do they show where the pedestrians are going to cross and everything with this roundabout that's going to be there? We're talking always about safety on the road itself, and I'm not disputing that. I don't like a roundabout. That's something completely new to me. I'm no expert on the roads, anything like that. I'm not talking about roads. I'm talking about pedestrians. So that's my question. Thank you.
So once the roundabouts are done, like the mayor talked about, instead of having 32 conflict points, you only got 8. So it's safer for pedestrians when they're trying to cross. They don't have to look at where they're crossing, look at vehicles turning right, turning left. And instead of having to cross 5 lanes of traffic, they cross 1 lane of traffic looking one direction. They go to a pedestrian island, and then they cross another lane of traffic looking one way again and not having to look other directions. And then they're across. So from that standpoint, it's safer. And all the studies that we looked at during this process when we decided to do this focused on that safety point as far as it does reduce pedestrian accidents when we do it. Obviously, there's a learning curve, and the schools supported this, and I think the schools will be part of that learning process for us.
Okay, so to be clear then, the plan is to have pedestrians cross within that roundabout, not on the edges. They're going to go through it?
No, they're about, is it 30 feet back from the, 20 or 30 feet back from the actual roundabout is where they cross at.
So that's in the plan solid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I know that a lot of people in the community are very concerned, and so that's why I'm here today. And I appreciate you answering me, and Gunner, and you as well, Kathy, back. Doesn't change my mind. I guess I'm not going to change you all's mind either. So, but I'm glad that the kids are number one and the other pedestrians as well. So thank you for your time, even though I'm not getting anything that I came here to get today.
Thank you. If there's no other audience participation, we'll move to old business. Is there any old business to come before council? Hearing none, I'd move to petitions and correspondence.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. I've not received anything.
Moving to new business, we will need a motion to waive the public bidding of Mr. Creed, second by Ms. Dunn. And the clerk will call the roll relative to the waiver of the bidding on the fire situation that the mayor described.
Bennett,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
Having received a 2/3 vote, the waiver is approved. Next, we'll move to the reading, unless there is other new business to come before council.
I'd
Ms.
like
Dunn.
to take a minute to say I appreciate you sharing your concerns, Ms. Simpkins. I think that, a lot of people will be happy in the end, but in the beginning, it'll be a learning curve, like Mr. Creed said. I'd also like to take a minute to thank Dr. Nathalie Baldwin, who earlier or late last year, we approved legislation to allow a veterinarian practice there at 36 South Walnut Street. And that's going to be called Best Friends Animal Hospital. But I wanted to take a minute to thank her and other veterinarians in this area. My understanding is that she spayed and neutered over 30 cats in the last, month or so for a local nonprofit. And that was an unselfish thing to do, and it helps our community and makes a difference in our community when we have professionals that do these things. So I wanted to make a statement thanking her and other veterinarians in our area that do these kinds of services, because we do have a feral cat problem in Chiillicothe that's pretty immense, and to offer that free service was very good. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other new business come before council? If not, we will move to the reading of, I was going to say ordinances and resolutions, but I guess I'll say resolution. So we'll move to that right now.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. This evening we have one item on the agenda. It is a third reading of a resolution authorizing the disposal of municipal property that is not needed for public use or is obsolete or unfit for the use for which it was acquired in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 721.15 by way of auction.
And the clerk will call the roll.
Bennett,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. If there's no other business come before council tonight, I would accept a motion to adjourn by Ms. Bennett, second by Mr. Barnes, and the clerk will call the roll.
Bennett,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.